KRSQFM Laurel. Turn it up. Billings #1 hit music station. Hot 1019.
This hour presented by Goldsmith Gallery Jewelers, where Montana gets engaged.
She was a young girl, body like an hourglass, posing for the gram, looking backwards in a power stance. Always looking for love, but couldn't find it in a man, so she found it in a powder bag. See, the sad part is she was beautiful, nails always looking perfect down to the cuticle. What she portrayed on the surface was immutable, but deep down she was hurting, didn't show it, don't want you to know. Cause everybody always judge off appearance, dealing with shame, so she run from the mirror. She listened to Broadway to escape her reality, that's why she fell in love with his lyrics. You see, she want a pistol packing thug for the lifestyle. She want to party every night until the lights out. Eventually the situation with her boyfriend got abusive, so in time she had to learn to put the mic down. Ain't no singing, gotta keep it under wraps. Everybody saying, shorty, what you doing for this man? He gon' be the death of you, don't put your future in his hands. You better come up with another plan, cause beauty doesn't last. You gotta do it for yourself, girl, you don't need this man. Ain't doing nothing for your self-worth. I know it's hard to build your own, but you ain't gotta feel alone. So baby, please don't sell your soul, cause your worth is more than gold. Little shorty, what's the price tag? Baby, tell me what's the price tag? Go ahead and tell me what you're thinking for your soul and your body getting old. What's the price tag? Trying to cover the scars that she acquired as a minor. Now she's stuck in a part and wanna be in on a fast track, losing herself. Getting colder every day, there ain't no love in her heart. Let go with dignity and body respect. She laid it down for Instagram on the altar of sex. Ain't got no money, but she gets some likes on every pic. She need a therapist to listen, get it off of the chest, cause little shorty knows beauty doesn't last. You gotta do it for yourself, girl, you don't need this man. Ain't doing nothing for your self-worth. I know it's hard to build your own, you ain't gotta feel alone. So baby, please don't sell your soul, cause your worth is more than gold.
The Vibe F5, we are back in the team together again. Mr. Aloha is here in person, not artificial intelligence. So go hit the button.
Uh-oh.
Both. Aloha. Hashtag button.
What's going on, Billings?
Oh man, that must have been a rough day. Must have been rough.
It's Montana. It is good to be back in this beautiful state, the Big Sky State, and I'm excited to be back with the boys.
Is Lake Elmo considered a different state?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different country.
I was just gonna say, but
Different
according
country?
to Boy, you were in a different country.
Mm-hmm.
Third world country up in Lake Elmo.
He was, sliding on those banana leaves, doing
doing
his
his thing,
Donkey
man.
Kong.
Just doing his thing.
I
man.
was
Exactly.
doing the thing. It was wonderful. Did a little business, a little hanging out with the beautiful lady. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was amazing. It was absolutely needed. Sometimes you just need to go out and do business
Absolutely.
and have a little pleasure with it.
If you can make a recreational trip business too, it just makes so much sense. Financially and literally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
There's a lot of business to be done up in Lake Elmo, man. I mean, there's some big swingers up there. Some of the biggest in the game, like my friend Cash, he just hangs out up there in a lawn chair all the time. We were trying to figure this out, though, Toonie, when you were gone. Why do you go fishing up at Lake Elmo when we all know that you don't know how to fish?
Well, it's all about putting the line in, throwing on some good music, and just relaxing.
So it doesn't matter if you
It
catch one.
doesn't matter.
Did you come out of your lifelong dry streak on the fishing?
You know,
Honestly.
I left a few there for everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's leave it there. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Sometimes I just throw the weight in.
Yeah, that's the
With
best
no
way to do it. I
Only
like
way to do
the
it.
kids' fishing pools where you're on poles.
Metaphorical single.
That
Yes.
is Purple Squirrel in the flesh, man. We got Purple Squirrel in the building. What is going on, Morgan? How are you?
Just getting squirrely, hanging out with my buddies.
I
Getting
like
squirrely.
that.
The play
That
on
was
words.
good.
That was good.
I couldn't do it any better myself.
Keeping it clean and getting squirrely.
Keeping it clean.
Morgan
He's
was
on it today.
Morgan is on it, man. He was out at Tops One cleaning some windows today. It's funny what happens, whether it's cleaning a table or windows, but you always have that customer when it's an open lobby around 3 o'clock. They purposely sit right where the window's being washed. It's hilarious. I don't know. It's just
They
something.
want to see action.
They might want to see action. That's true.
Is it ever awkward when someone's on the other side of the window staring at you?
Every once in a while, like you got the kids making faces and putting their mouth up on the window right after you clean
Well,
it, and you're like,
Yeah,
I tell you what, if Morgan was cleaning the window, I would sit there and watch him too.
I would too.
I did.
I'd
We
make
locked
faces
eyes.
also.
There's a man right there, and he
Yeah.
does windows.
like the flex. You got to get the flex.
Get the
the wax on.
Oh man, shirt's coming off.
Right? And that is a whole new marketing scheme.
Yep. Windows and jock straps.
Ooh.
Well, me and Morgan was talking the other day, and I'm trying to get him to go into business with me on
Yeah?
this new idea.
Oh, a new idea.
Let your imagination kind of sink in.
Yeah.
You're going to add some male employees to the kiosk, and instead of bikinis, they're in chaps.
Nope. Yeah, it's
chaps.
the opposite.
There you go. Chaps for chaps.
Chaps for
Chaps.
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 Cache, will you be the first shift lead, male shift lead?
I will do it.
Yes.
There you go.
I think that's the only way I can get Tucker to come there.
That's a fact. If Cache's there, I'll be there for sure. I'll be your first customer and your best tipping customer
You know,
for sure.
I would pay double the amount for the coffee if Tribe was serving it.
I believe it. I'm
Me too.
trying to get Tribe to do it.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
I think he
I would
would.
like that.
I think he would
honestly
too.
think he would
I
do
think
it.
he would too. I think it would be the best thing ever.
Rusty says, keep it squirrely.
Keep it
Yeah, you like
squirrely.
that.
Is that the new phrase? Morgan?
Apparently it is.
Keep it squirrely.
Yeah.
I like that. What is a purple squirrel?
A purple squirrel, man. We've talked about this. This is a purple squirrel in the corporate world is the perfect candidate. The someone who checks all the boxes of what you're looking for. Someone who's going to get in there and just kill it day one. And that's what we try to embody.
Does Rusty just sit at home on the weekends and read Urban Dictionary? Think of business names?
He's pretty creative, man. He comes up with some stuff, and he'll hit you out of left field.
That is a left field name. I remember when you guys first came up with the name, but it's funny what happens when you name something in the beginning. It's like, that seems kind of odd. It's an odd name, but then you bring people to it, and you give a meaning to the name, and a brand is kind of created. It seems like Purple Squirrel is literally the perfect name at this point.
I think so, and Rusty's definitely that kind of brain, man. He's a marketing guy, and he's also a hard worker. So perfect guy to be teamed up with.
Do you think your Wyoming branch will be named Yellow Squirrel?
You know what? I've never chased squirrels in Wyoming, but we will have to ask some people down there.
Well, I
Do you
tell
want
you,
to make that full size for me?
yeah, you got to put that out there
Cheap
with a
squirrel.
cape.
That's your new logo right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Purple squirrel with a cape.
Is it?
I am. He looks. Look at him. He looks so calm and patient. Those little beady eyes, the hands all folded together.
I don't see a copyright on there either, man. You can take it and run with it.
Yeah. I think with all of us, I mean, we kind of chase squirrels all the time.
It's a lot of squirrel chasing for
It's like,
sure.
Squirrel up where?
Yeah. Well, chasing rainbows is a little weird. So.
Yeah, chasing the squirrels, even more fun.
Chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, tell us how business is going. I mean, and how long you've been in business? You started this not too long ago.
Yeah, it's less than a year.
Less than a year.
But we're adding new clients, new commercial cleaning clients, new janitorial clients, new window clients every week. We get someone who wants us to come into their space and take over their cleaning from them so they can get back to focusing on what they do best. And that may be a medical office, and they need to focus on doing medical. So we come in, take over the cleaning. We're there every night doing their floors, windows, garbage, whatever needs to be done, taking care of the dirty. And like I told you, you weren't here, Toonie, but we took over a meat packing plant. So that's our first industrial customer.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Drop there because Tooney was gone at Lake Elmo while you explained that, and I'd like you to give him literally all of the gory details, briefly, about this gig.
Well,
Oh boy.
So we go in, right? They butcher cows, man. That's their job. So they've got dead carcasses hanging up, beautiful steaks, right? Like just everywhere you look, briskets, T-bones, all of it. But what's left for us, the cleaners, the squirrels, the rodents,
Yeah.
is chunks of flesh hanging off everything. And we get in there with pressure washers, start blowing it around, and you walk out of there with chunks of meat in your hair and everything else. And the client we have directly after that, right? So we just cleaned this catastrophe, right? And then we have to go clean the Laurel Golf Club. So you're trying to run out of there and like get your just bloody clothes off like you just came out of a horror movie.
Wow.
Right? And then go show up at the Laurel Golf Club. And I've shown up to the Laurel Golf Club and had little chunks of cow meat in my hair.
Ah.
So I don't think they've noticed. The ladies out at the Laurel Golf Club are very kind, very patient with us. Another great customer of ours.
Yeah.
Awesome food out there in their new clubhouse.
Wow. Packing plant.
Yeah.
Meat packing.
Little industrial action.
What's
You
your
know,
target
proud of me.
market?
Our target market?
Yeah.
Man, like I've said, Billings.
Billings. I like that.
We have everything we've dipped our finger and we've had fun with.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's big buildings, whether it's just a simple chiropractic office where we've gotten to get in there. You know, we do 100% chiropractic over at Shiloh Crossing. And they've got a kind of a unique space, weird odd windows. So we get in there and clean that. We enjoy that once a week. So ultimately, everything we've dipped our finger in, you know, to cleaning with has gone really well.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about our conversation?
No, Tribe says Tucker thinks cows have paws.
Yeah, in Hawaii,
that's right.
In Hawaii's a third world country, man. My own world.
How's that pause?
They do.
Yeah.
I was asking Toonie last time Morgan was on. I was like, "Do you ever just, you know, it's dark. You're cleaning this meat packing plant or whatever, and you just see some paws just slipping underneath the door or something.
Pause.
Just trying to get out. Some cow paws.
Wow.
I just want to give a shout out to Nice Josh. He is so obsessed with his cats. Shout out to Mr. Biggiesworth, his main cat, and congratulations for taking your neighbor to Italy to get engaged. I'm so happy for you.
Shout out to Josh.
All right. Yeah.
Nice Josh. Not just Josh, nice Josh.
So you do.
Is there a not nice Josh?
Apparently. This
Okay.
is
Yeah.
very specific.
This is nice, Josh.
Yeah.
Not nice, Josh. Yeah. On your cleaning on the commercial side, you're doing new builds, clean out construction?
We're
So you're
touching
doing everything.
everything from post-construction cleaning to move-ins, move-outs for some property managers. So, you know, on their rental units.
Yeah.
To mostly commercial, right? So, like I said, chiropractic offices, medical buildings, meatpacking plants, restaurants, bars, grills, anything we come across, we've given it a stab. Gyms, love cleaning gyms, love cleaning churches.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd
a
love
big
cleaning
open
gyms
space.
and churches too after a meatpacking plant.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Right after that, like, yeah, I'll take one of those, please.
You know,
Yeah.
in the future, if someone brought you a vehicle to detail and get cleaned, is that a possibility?
That we would have to venture into. I know some people that own auto detailing businesses, and so I would hate to get up here and, you know, come outside and find my car dirty.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, I took some of their business. There's great auto detailers in Billings, but that is something that, you know, maybe in the future.
Nice, respectful comment. I like it.
That was good. What about like carpet cleaning?
We do. So for our customers, we do some carpet cleaning. We try not to venture into the one-off carpet cleaning. We don't have a van with, you know, a big setup. We have a carpet machine for our customers. So if you become one of our customers, we will maintain your carpet if it's part of the contract.
Wow.
You know, take care of stains, stuff like that, which is something that a normal cleaning company doesn't do.
Yeah.
But what we try to make for people is, like I said, people have specialties, right? In their business, they may be accountants. They're not cleaners, right? And a lot of the time, they've got to hire a window guy. They've got to hire a carpet cleaner a couple times a year, whatever. And so we try to come in and do all that for them, knock it out. They don't have to worry about cleaning. They can just focus on accounting because that's their jam. So
Yeah.
we do, you know, clean the do so you can do you.
Right.
Who is your young co-host next to you?
This young man here, would you like to introduce yourself?
You got to get real friendly with that
Real
mic.
close to that microphone.
Hi.
Hi. With Billings, Montana, we'll be right back with the Vibe at
Hi
5.
and bye.
This is Ches, and you are listening to The Vibe at 5. We're at Randash Auto Center, 5124 Laurel Road in Billings, and in Bozeman on Jackrabbit Lane, 2 miles north of Four Corners. I'm here with
Care needs. An agency you can depend on.
Attention Billings. Would you like to learn how to strengthen your body, challenge your mind, and learn how to protect yourself all at once?
Done? The commercials are done. Now back to the music.
Hot 1019.
Squirrel in the the building. Morgan Friedman in the building.
Yee.
I like that a lot, man. So when did you formulate this idea to start a cleaning company? How did that all start out?
You know, Rusty and I had been talking about it. We had really seen a lack of, I'm just getting hate mail for this. We had seen a lack of good quality in some of the janitorial companies in the Yellowstone Valley, and some inconsistency as well. And so we kind of knew we could fill that gap, and we were jumping into it just kind of as a side thing. And then I came across a situation where the railroad moved my job away, like a lot of other people. And so it's amazing what you can do when your back is up against the wall.
BNSF or MRO?
BNSF.
Okay.
Did that happen around COVID?
It happened after post-COVID.
How much post?
Like what, 9-10 months ago?
10 months ago.
Yeah.
And you said you noticed some inconsistencies in cleaning. Were you noticing inconsistencies in people cleaning for BNSF, or how were you in a position to be hands-on and observe these?
I've got friends who own businesses. I've just talked to business owners. Billings is a small place. If you kind of, what's the right word? If you mess up in this town, like other people
know
are going to hear about it,
They
right?
do.
We're a small enough fishbowl that that's going to happen. Like a good reputation goes a long ways, and a bad reputation can also take you a long ways. And so I just saw it. I saw cleaning companies not showing up for their customers. I saw people listening. Look at this sheet here. Okay. So one of the final things for me was I went into a place, a nice law firm, and I was talking to them, and the girl said, yeah, she goes, our cleaning company, when they show up, they only use one rag to clean the bathrooms and then our desks up here. And I went, what do you mean? And this is a larger cleaning company in Billings. And she goes, no, I know. She's like, these are the hairs that I find on my desk. Ugh. And so, sorry, that's a little graphic. But those kind of things is what I was seeing. And I just knew that Rusty and I both already have an eye for detail. We have an eye for quality. We don't like putting a, half-baked work out there. And so we knew we could fit right into that niche. We could give people a good experience with cleaning and janitorial. Again, we could raise the bar for customers around here. And that's when we came up with Purple Squirrel.
Awesome. And you mentioned Rusty. Who is Rusty?
Rusty's my partner in business. Yeah. So he's just a friend of mine. We'd gone through some business kind of mindset groups together and knew of each other. We're pretty good friends, and that relationship just developed. It sounds so dirty when you talk about it this way. He's my partner, and our relationship developed. But yeah, as we got to know each other, we just kind of knew, like, all right, if we're going to kick off a business, I want to do it with this guy. I trust him. I know he's reliable. So he's Mr. Rusty Freeze.
Does he work for the business full-time, or does he still have his day job, I guess?
No, we all work for the business full-time now. We've got, somewhere between 7 and 9 employees. We just hired 2 more. So.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you are actually still hiring.
Yes, we are. So if anyone is looking for a cleaning job, if maybe they're have been cleaning, or they've cleaned in the past, or they just want to give it a shot, get a hold of us at purplesquirrelprofessionalcleaning.com, or you can email us at purplesquirrelcleaning@gmail.com.
You need to shorten that. Just get squirrely.com.
We need to get squirrely or PSPC, something like that. It's pretty, we wanted to keep it consistent across the board, but it is a mouthful.
At least it's a .com. Cash Daddy is very, intuitive to the .com.
I am, because it's a pet peeve when... Sorry, what is your web address domain? Is it .com?
Yes.
Okay. .com is .commercial. And people will look for a name, and it's taken, so they'll do a .org
or .net.
Mm-hmm. And by definition, .org is for a nonprofit organization, and .net is for a network type, business. And so if you were Purple Squirrel .nonprofit or .network, it really looks amateurish.
.spam.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Well, they haven't come up with a .mop yet.
They have not come up with a .mop.
I like it. It has a good ring to it. Dot mop.
I know. Yeah. So, yeah. Ultimately, man, you guys have all owned businesses or do own businesses now. Who's doing your cleaning? Like, what does that look like? What's the consistency been like using employees to do it? I know, Tucker, your place looks good, man.
It is easier when the newer the place, the easier it is to keep clean for sure. But yeah, it goes in waves. You know, if you don't keep good tabs on it, it can get out of control pretty quickly. It's a lot of managing the processes.
Rusty says, "You're saying too much," and he winks at you. Oh, Billings, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Purple Squirrel and the Vibe at 5 crew.
Yo, what it is? This is B.O.B. Bobby Redband. No, you're listening to the Vibe at 5.
In the building. Morgan, can you just kind of describe to anyone that's looking to quit a high-paying job and go into business for themselves? You've been in business a little under a year now?
Yes, sir.
What has it been like? What are the struggles? How is it finding employees? How is it managing finances, household mixed with business finances? Just explain to me what that felt like for you.
And before he does that, we were talking that he's hiring, and on the break, we were going to shout your phone number out again. Remind us of your cell number that people can contact you at.
406-970-5145.
Awesome. That
Yes,
will
sir.
come back up later in this, and so I just want our listeners to be aware of that he is hiring. Back to you.
Hiring, man. Yeah,
So-
just kind of explain to me what this experience was like for you.
This experience, so the overarching feeling, have you ever been, have you ever, like, been chased by a bear?
No, I don't think
Not
so.
lately.
No, man, it's, like anything when you stretch and push yourself, right? There's going to be growth. It's a crash course in self-development. There's been struggles. There's been moments of doubt. There's been huge successes and wins, right? But we are, just learning to navigate things that you never thought you'd have to navigate, like worrying about making a payroll, worrying about what other, we have a standard when we go in and we clean places. Like, we've set ourselves as the cleaning company who doesn't miss appointments. We've never missed a scheduled cleaning. We show up, we get everything. Like, our customers walk in the next day, they don't have to worry about double checking our work, right? And so when you put an employee into that space and you're trusting them with that reputation that you have, like, that and the financials are the most stressful part for me.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, is just going like, are my people taken care of? They're relying on me for a payroll. And, what are my customers seeing when they walk in the door? And making sure I've got the right people in there that are trustworthy. And that's why we pay them so well. We pay them better than any other cleaning company in town by far. But that's what you have to do to set yourself apart.
Do you think that wages directly correlated with productivity in today's employee market?
When we first started, I would have told you absolutely more money equals better output. But what I've found is the truth is that there are people who have a standard of doing the right thing, doing an excellent job, double checking their work. They have pride in their work, and there's people that just don't. And we've come across both. And the ones that do, we keep them, we treat them really well, and we try to elevate them as we grow.
There's certain mindsets I've noticed that come into like kind of a new job situation, and it just seems like they feel like you might owe them something, and it's not fair out of the get-go. Have you figured out any processes or procedures to kind of like sift through that mentality and find that purple squirrel?
Yeah, as far as sifting through those, like when we get them, just spending some time with them, figuring out what they want, what they do take pride in, because everybody takes pride in something. They've got something, whether it's the most wild things, right? Someone might have a collection of Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and so just being able to get that out of them and talk to them about it and make some type of relation and correlation between you take pride in this, you take care of it, and you treat it well, and you're proud of it. I'm proud of this business, and I need you to make that transfer over, right? So you just have to, like, person by person, employee by employee, you have to learn them, you have to, get to know them, And sometimes you got to put more effort in than with others. I mean, you know that. How does it go for you?
Very similar. I think there's a pretty open debate about like whether you can really change someone's mind that comes in feeling like they're super owed something or it's just not fair. I was having a conversation about this earlier, not related to Tops, but talking with another business person in town. And it's tough to know whether you invest into that mentality a bunch of time because I've had it work out multiple ways. Sometimes you just lay numbers out in front of someone and show them why, and they turn around immediately and the attitude changes. But then other times you'll spend 6 or 8 months working with someone knowing that they have it somewhere deep down inside them to do what you need them to do. But they just never turn the corner. And eventually they will later on in life probably. But it seems like a bunch of sunken and wasted time sometimes when you are trying to shift a mentality that just doesn't want to change at that moment in time.
Absolutely. I've been told also years ago, someone told me that they were saying in reference to men only, but I think it's people in general. They would say that men are like an unloaded truck. They're just all over the road, really hard to control, really squirrely, right? But the second you drop a load on them, they straighten right out. And I've kind of experimented with that, like if someone is a little sideways, dropping some responsibility on them and seeing how they take to that. And that works a lot of the time, too. Sometimes it doesn't, though, and that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. How many employees do you think you'll have around this time next year?
I'm hoping to have 25 or 30.
25 or 30?
Yeah.
That's halfway to Tooney's cleaning service back in the day.
30?
You had 50 at one point, didn't you?
I had close to that.
50-person business. That is a lot
That's
of people.
That's a lot of people to
That's
manage.
a lot of people to manage, man. We got to like 43-ish back in 2021.
Especially in a cleaning business. I mean, think about 50 people in a 9-to-5 job where you've got them all in one location or one office.
Yeah.
You know, that's the easiest way to manage 50 people. And then let's talk about 50 people at Tops. You know, that's difficult yet to manage, but at least they're limited to 3 locations and not really 24/7. When you've got 50 people cleaning, I mean, you've probably got somebody cleaning literally every hour of the day in 30 different locations. That's the hardest yet to manage.
That's super hard. Do you think it's what do you think the best protocol is if you're managing jobs off-site like that where you're not having a lot of interactions? Do you think a headquarters is important and they touch base with the headquarters daily?
I don't know that they have to touch base daily, especially, let's just say, you know, there's a cleaning job in Laurel and they live on the far west end and the headquarters is downtown. That might not be convenient or efficient, but coming into, you know, the mothership or the home base periodically, at least each week, to check in, write logs, you know, write detailed reports on how cleanings went, restock supplies, I think is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, let's get back to the logistics after we take this quick break.
Yes, sir.
With the Vibe at 5.
This is AE, and you're listening to the Vibe at 5.
It's the early.
Hello.
Yeah, and we're kind of talking logistics of moving that many people around.
Yes.
And all the
50
different accounts.
people. How many employees did you say currently?
Currently, man, well, let's see if Rusty messages in. I believe we have 8.
8 people, so that would be
We just
3.
hired a couple more.
That's probably 3x revenue growth in the next year or so.
I believe you.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
The demand's there for
Yeah.
sure. There's a huge need.
And the thing is that the more that we get, right? So we immediately, you know, after we got a handful of clients, those clients told other people who told other clients, you know, and most of our business has been word of mouth that just keeps rolling that way. And we have people calling us now, opposed to going out and knocking on every door, which is awesome. And once the people that we are cleaning for see that we are different than other cleaning companies, that we come in, we handle our business, their business, and just leave it immaculate, they pass our name on to the next person. So you got to think the more people that we're cleaning for, the more X times the business is going to grow.
Yeah.
So
I think
like
that
a snowball
really shows the impact you're making in over delivering when people are now contacting you.
Yeah.
Have you reached that stage yet where you're asking for referrals from existing satisfied customers?
Yes.
And how's that going?
That goes really well. I've got
it does when the customer is just super satisfied with you.
Yeah, we have a pile of letters from our customers, that just like reference letters, referral letters, and I also do something. I've asked almost all my customers, hey, if someone emails you asking about us, is that okay? I say absolutely. So when I go in and talk to a prospective client, I tell them, I go, here's our list of people that we clean for. You can pick any one of them at random, and you can email them. I've already spoken to them, and they'll tell you, give us a reference. So it's not just one that I'm hand-picking. Contact any of them.
Yeah.
That's all. You're doing the right thing.
That's so smart. It's a peer-reviewed situation where you're not hand-picking them. That is a very genuine way to go about picking up new business. And it's a very credible thing. That immediately builds credibility.
Yeah. One of the things I suggested to Rusty is getting a van. And when because a lot of people out there don't have transportation. Mm-hmm. And what we did with the people that didn't have transportation is we picked them up and took them to different sites. And whoever's doing that is also your supervisor of the night. Mm-hmm. And they go to each location, check in on each location, seeing how the guys are doing, and then pick them all up and take them to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Do you have someone that reviews or inspects the work after it's done for high value or critical accounts, or does it work well enough having the cleaning person just do what's expected of them without somebody double checking?
So we've got a couple different ways that happens. Almost all of our jobs have two people there, and each person inspects the other one's work. Like I said, we go through a pretty good hiring process. When we train someone to, really good training process, like they understand to pick apart the other person's work. And that it's a thing where it's respectful. It's not trying to hammer on them. It's like literally keeping our standards up. So that's how that's kind of cross-inspected by the other cleaner that's there.
And, I hate to ask this on air, but opportunities for improvement are just that, opportunities for improvement. Have you ever gotten a call from a client, especially a commercial client, and say, this was missed, or we wish you would have done this, or we wish this was done differently or better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I mean, is it ever just the cleaner didn't do a good enough job, or is it, we expected, I don't know, the sink to be scrubbed out and polished, and we didn't, you didn't know it needed to be done. What do you find for areas for improvement?
It's a few different things. The first thing that I found when we rolled into this business was that I wasn't detailed enough in my walkthroughs and contracts, right? So I'd walk through and I'm just like, no problem, we're going to clean your place. It's going to be awesome. Well, they're like, cool, they're going to do my dishes. And I'm like, no,
so
I'm not a maid.
And that's a better word. Miscommunication as far as what was expected.
Dialing in that list of like, this is what we're going to do on what days, how it's going to look for you. This is the expectation.
And there's a reason I called them areas of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I just got the signal that we are coming up at the top of the hour. Anything you want to add in the next 30 seconds?
30 seconds, purplesquirrelprofessionalcleaning.com. If anyone out there in Billings owns a business, is frustrated with their cleaner, or has never had a cleaner, please give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd love to come in, give you a free bid, and show you the possibilities of what your space can look like so you can get back to doing what you do best. And awesome. Better.
Purple Squirrel of applause.
Thank you.
Well, Billings, it is the top of the hour. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the Vibe at 5.